Like this one in Cambridge, giving families an insight into life in the lab. But this year's largest gathering of scientists is taking place this week at the British Science Festival.
Well, among the topics on the agenda, cancer, climate change and extraterrestrial life. Our reporter Nithya Rajan has been to the festival to find out more. We can join her now. Nithya, plenty going on there.
Jonathan, there are 100 different events here taking place across these next few days, and the topics feature a range of subjects from the future of farming to electric noses and driverless cars. Here are some of the sights and sounds from the British Science Festival. From climate change to Brexit, the nation's top scientists have gathered at this year's British Science Festival, hoping to solve our most pressing problems. 15,000 people are expected to walk around these grounds during the course of the four-day event. Among them, Tom Ritchie, who says the festival is crucial to moving science forward.
Without festivals like this, the research that we do would be stuck in the kind of laboratories and the rooms that we work in. And this is such a great way for us to show it to the public and to engage them in something that most of them understand, but perhaps too nervous to ask about. So it's a great way to engage people with things that they can have fun with.
The idea of the British Science Festival is to test technologies that could improve our own lives. This driverless pod, you can hail it on your mobile phone, and it's already been trialled in the UK and across the world. So the idea is that this little pod can go up to 40 miles on one charge. You can travel across hospitals, university campuses, airports, from your train station to your house, and even residential villages. And in the future, the app would let me get into the pod, activate it with my voice, and off I'd go. One of the other aims of the event is to change the way science is perceived by the public.
I think for many people, science seems like it's part of a different world. You know, it's something that other people do in laboratories a long way away. And we trust them to get on with it, but we don't really know what they're doing. And so the British Science Festival opens the doors on what a lot of those people are doing in a really accessible and everyday way, so there's no jargon really.
For 8-year-old Sebastian Miles, it's a chance to focus on the future.
Robotics.
You want to do robotics? Why do you want to do robotics?
Because robotics is very fun and good for like children, adults, everybody. And if we didn't have any computers, we'll be bored.
He's come here with his mother, for whom the journey is personal.
There's more women coming into the industry, and as a child I wasn't given that opportunity. I was an engineer's daughter and I wasn't encouraged in the same way because I was a girl, and it's nice to see and hear that there are so many more women being in sciences and technology.
And the trip has certainly left Sebastian with one message for everybody.
So I would definitely say do more science. And make sure to clean up your plastics.
And it's not just Sebastian who's worried about keeping the planet clean. Scientists here are working on electric cars like this one, which could soon be everywhere, given that the government would want to halt petrol and diesel cars by 2040. Now, the idea is, of course, that it will help cut down on our air pollution and keep the air clean. But when we're looking at saving the planet, it's not just clean air that we need to be thinking about. We need to be thinking about cleaner energy as well. And joining me now is climate scientist Caroline Kuzemko. Caroline, thank you so much for joining us on the programme. First off, tell me what's in the pipeline as far as clean energy is concerned for the UK?
Well, actually quite a lot. We already supply 30% of our electricity from renewable sources, and things like solar PV and onshore wind, the cost of that's falling quite rapidly, but we need a lot more because we need to have 100% of electricity from renewables. We also need to do a lot more in terms of the energy efficiency of buildings. At the moment, a lot of the homes in this country are rather cold. We need to insulate them, and then we can reduce demand and lower the costs of living in those homes. And then lastly, keep on with the innovation associated with batteries that produce new forms of transport, like you've just come in here today, because we need to lower the cost and make them more affordable for more people.
Caroline, thank you so much for joining us on the programme. And as Caroline said, one of the big